Okay, so I'm back. I'll move this a little bit. So here's what I have. I have a tray. If any of you watched the earlier videos of all of these little cuttings that I got from Mountain Crest Gardens, and I stuck them all in that tray because they were all straight cuttings, so I wanted them to get all nice and rooted. Well, now they are, and they've been in this tray here for quite a while, so I'm just gonna pull a bunch of these out, and their roots are all growing together, and I'm just gonna tuck them in here, and that way I don't have to keep watering them in this tray. So here we've got, it looks like some kind of a crassula. This tall one, what is that? I don't know. None of these were labeled. I just bought a pack of cuttings, and you know, they were really inexpensive, so it's just kind of fun, but I don't know what they are. So I did get some echeverias and pachyvarias and sedivarias, and their roots are still, you know, they're well rooted, but their roots aren't, they don't have like these giant root balls. So as I'm pulling them out, you know, it's really easy just to kind of tuck them under here. But these will fill in, and again, if they get too big, they're really easy to move. So I am going to, a lot of these I pulled out, and I made a few cute little arrangements for some friends of Dave's, my husband Dave. Some of his friends wanted, well, I should say some of his friends' wives wanted little succulent bowls. So I made up a bunch of little bowls, and I just used a lot of these cuttings. So you know, and it's kind of fun, just tuck them all in here, and then I would just put them in like a cereal bowl or something. Oh, here, I like these are these Catalina or Crassula? These look like a Crassula. These are pretty. I got two of these in here still, and so I will tuck these in right next to each other here, and they will fill in very nicely, and add a little red because I like the red. And let's see, you know what? I got a couple of, people call these panda plants. This is a tomentosa. I shouldn't have touched the top part because you kind of will wipe the, you know, that'll leave fingerprints on them. I'm going to put it back here because this will grow, you know, to a decent size. It'll grow up taller. So let's stick that one there, and it's pretty. I do water those a lot. Sometimes I'll just add water to a specific spot and not water the whole pot, but just if I have a plant that I think wants a little extra water, I will give it a little extra water. So this one, I'm not sure what this is. It kind of feels like it might be an echeveria. It's a thick one, more like an agavoides, but doesn't really look like an agavoides. So I got a lot of tall stuff in here too, but I don't think I want to put any of that. Oh, you know what? Oh, this is rooted. So this was a cutting I got on one of my nursery tours that the woman gave me, and it was a huge plant, and so she just pulled a couple pieces off. Well, it got a nice root. I'm going to stick it on the side here, and I love the purple flowers, but I want to get it nice and deep down in there, and that should take off. But it was a really pretty plant. I don't remember what it was called, but it almost had like a lavender flower type flower on it. But you can see that cute little, I don't know if you can see it. I can't really see the camera. The sun is popping out now, and I tell you what, I am feeling it on my back. So I've got a lot of sempervivums, and they really like to spread. So I'm going to add a bunch of those in here. And I don't know really what kind I got, because again, these were all just cuttings. They weren't rooted, and they're like really taken off. So I'm gonna just put the whole clump right down in there. and they will just continue to spread around in the pot. But sempervivum, they're really cold hardy, but I have noticed they don't like our summer sun, and they will close up and kind of go dormant. Let me see, hold on one second. Another tray of little stuff. I don't know if you'll be able to see under here, but another tray of just assorted, these weren't cuttings, they were potted up. I need another chair to set these on. I was trying to stay in the shade to give myself a little extra relief from the sun, because my eyes are still really sensitive to the light. But one of the places I went to and bought some plants from, a private nursery, she gave me this, and I think I'm going to stick this in on the side, and I think it'll just start to drape over the edge. But look how cute those flowers are. I love it. What is it? It's Sedum Love Triangle, and I think I'm going to try and tuck it in onto this edge. I'll probably have to unbury this poor little semp here, like cover it all with dirt, because I'm going to need more space here. Oops, what is that? Oh, a rock. Whoa. I'm having difficulty with my little cheap reading glasses. They won't stay on my face. Okay, I want to dig a nice deep hole, because this is a decent sized plant, and I got a feeling a lot of it's going to break off, but that's okay. Yeah, there it goes. I should pull some of this. Do I have a pot? Hold on, I'll be right back. I need to take some of the bottom dirt off. I need something to put in. Oh yeah, it doesn't have nearly as much roots as it looks like, so that's good, because I can now just stuff it right down in there, and I'm just kind of let it do whatever it wants to do, and that'll be cool. What I will do is encourage it to grow over the edge and spill. I can try to, as it grows, I'll just start pulling it towards that side of the pot, so that'll be kind of cool. And now I've got a little, oops, part of that plant is buried. All right, sorry about that little plant. Okay, so I'll pull some dirt out of here so I have a little more room, because these all are probably pretty root bound. So maybe I'll stick a couple of, this is a rubber or jelly bean, and it definitely wants to get out of its little pot. And I've got a couple of these. I think I'll put another one in. I'll put both of these in. This is one of my favorite plants, and it does really well here in the Sacramento area. And I'm pretty near Sacramento, so we're zone 9B. So we don't get, you know, like snow, but we do get frost. And these things did really well. I have them in my succulent gutters in the back. Let's see how that's looking. Whoa, the camera is not wanting to cooperate. Which way? Oh, there you go. Well, you can get a kind of a look at it. So yeah, they did really well, these jelly beans in my succulent gutters. So I know they're super hardy in this area. Now I have some more of these little tiny Sedum. I don't know what this is. They're similar, but I don't think they're the same plant, because they're, you know what, I'm not gonna put those in there. They're a different color, and so I'm pretty sure it's a, you know, they're similar, but they're not the same plant. But I think I'll put something else over on this side. I've got this looks like a Higgins. These do really well here. I have a bunch of these all over the place, and everywhere I've planted them, they just really thrive, you know, and they look good. They get that real pretty bronze color. I've got two of them here. Where'd the other one? There we are. All these plants are just, you see, how dry. This is just like, it weighs absolutely nothing because I haven't watered them in probably a week, you know, and they're in these tiny little pots, so they're not particularly happy with me, I think, right now, but they will be. They will take off in here like crazy. And I probably will water this pot in because I don't think anything in here is cuttings at this point. I think everything here is rooted. And so if I water it in, they'll do good. I got a little Pearl von Nuremberg here. Clean off some of these dead leaves. There goes my glasses again. It really sucks getting older, you know, and you can't see your up close. You have to wear reading glasses, and you know, you always look ridiculous. You look like your grandparents. Nothing against grandparents. I loved my grandparents, but they always wore their glasses around their neck with a leash. And now I'm to that. I refuse to have a leash on my glasses, though. If I drop them and lose them, I don't care. But I'm not gonna chain them around my neck. I know that was a convenient thing that my grandmother did. We always called my grandmother Bobby. I don't know why. I never called her grandma. She was always Bobby. And she always had her reading glasses around her neck. I'm being dive bombed again by these swallows. They're babies I'm worried about because they're about ready to come out of the nest. And these cats are right there all the time. Way too close. What is that? Something broke off. Oh, that's a rock. Thought I broke a petal off of a plant that doesn't look like I even have in here. Okay, that's good. Who's sneezing? Every time I hear my animals sneezing out there, I'm worried because we have really horrible foxtails. And one of my pigs is out there sneezing. So I'm constantly peeking in their noses and their ears and around their eyes, and every now and then I find one, pull it out, and occasionally we have to go to the vet. The dogs like to get them in their ears. Okay, let's see. Well, I think that's about all I want to put in there. These will fill in, I think, really quickly. I'm fairly certain because they're all well rooted. And most of these are right now in their growing season. I don't think anything's really dormant here. The sempervivums, I think they grow more in the winter, but most of the rest of the stuff is really growing right now. So they should take off really quickly, and I think it'll fill in. I'm debating on whether to put some top dressing gravel on here. I don't know. I think I'll hold off on that. Maybe I'll just fill in some of these, you know, little gaps here and there. But those jelly beans are pretty, aren't they? I love the color. They've been in the sun. They've been getting afternoon shade. They're just sitting on a table here. I think this little sedum will grow really quickly because it typically spreads like crazy. Euphorbias will be a little cramped in there, but they'll survive it, and I can always take cuttings off of them if they start to encroach too much into the macrocarpus here. But yeah, okay, so here it is. I moved it over here, which was not easy. It weighs a ton, and I did water it in really good, so hopefully everything will grow and take off and be happy in here. And I didn't put any top dressing on. I might fill in those gaps with some, if I have some small top dressing somewhere around. Just, you know, just to help keep the moisture in a little bit. But you can see it's a really large pot. Way bigger than most of the other ones. And it's solid. It's like, I don't know if it's concrete or what, but it weighs a ton. And with all the dirt in the plants, it's a nice heavy one, but I'm trying to keep my shadow out of the way here. But I think it looks good, and that'll give all those little plants a chance to grow and fill in, and then I can always move them, you know, later as they get too big and too crowded. But I like that look of the, you know, stuff like this one where everything's just all filled in. And these are starting to get leggy, these cotyledons, so I will probably chop these down and reset them so you can't see that stem or that big gap there, but everything else in there looks really good. Got a little tiny aloe hidden under there. Looks cool. So yeah, that's it. And thanks for watching. And we'll see you next time.